Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Hi, this is Sean, and I'm bringing you another thing on depression. This is called Depression, Signs and Symptoms. What is depression? Depression is a real illness that impacts the brain. Anyone suffering from depression will tell you it's not imaginary or all in your head. Depression is more than just feeling down. It is a serious illness caused by changes in brain chemistry. Research tells us that other factors contribute to the onset of depression, including genetics, changes in hormone levels, certain medical conditions, stress, grief, or difficult life circumstances. Any of these factors alone or in combination can precipitate changes in brain chemistry that lead to depression's many symptoms. Depression is a serious condition. It is also, unfortunately, a common one. The World Health Organization characterizes depression as one of the most disabling disorders in the world, affecting roughly 1 in 5 women and 1 in 10 men at some point in their lifetime. It is estimated that 21% of women and 12% of men in the U.S. will experience an episode of depression at some point in their lifetime. Depression does not discriminate. Men and women of every age, educational level, and social and economic background suffer from depression. There is no area of life that does not suffer when depression is present. Marriage, parenting, friendships, careers, finances, every aspect of daily living is compromised by this disease. Once an episode of depression occurs, it is also quite likely that it will reoccur, and the impact of depression can be even more severe when it occurs. In combination with other medical illnesses such as diabetes, stroke, or cardiovascular disease, or with related disorders such as anxiety or substance abuse. The problems caused by depression are made worse by the fact that most people suffering from the disease are never diagnosed, let alone treated. The good news is that when depression is promptly treated, its symptoms are manageable, and there are many effective strategies for living with the disease. Depression and bipolar disorder are both treated most effectively in the earliest stages when symptoms are less severe. Okay, now, this is a real touchy topic. Suicide claims more lives than war, murder, and natural disasters combined. In 2015, there were 44,193 reported suicide deaths. Currently, suicide is the 10th leading cause of death in the U.S. A person dies by suicide about 11.9 minutes in the U.S. Every day, approximately 121 Americans take their own life. 90% of all people who die by suicide have a diagnosable psychiatric disorder at the time of their death. There are 3.5 male suicides for every female suicide, but 3 times as many females as males attempt suicide. 494,169 people visited a hospital for injuries due to self-harm, suggesting that approximately 12 people harm themselves for every reported death by suicide. Suicide was the second leading cause of death for adults between the ages of 10 and 34 years of age in the U.S. Depression. 25 million Americans suffer from depression each year. Over 50% of all people who die by suicide suffer from major depression. If one includes alcoholics who are depressed, this figure rises to 75%. Depression affects nearly 5 to 8% of Americans age 18 and over in a given year. More Americans suffer from depression than coronary heart disease, cancer, and HIV/AIDS. Depression is among the most treatable of psychiatric illnesses. Between 80 and 90% of people with depression respond positively to treatment. In almost all patients gain some relief from their symptoms, but first depression has to be recognized. Okay, so this is Sean, and I will return to this return later with some more on that. I hope you enjoy this. This is something that needs to be gotten out there. I myself have a depression, so that's it for now. Give me a like, a subscribe, comment. Catch you later. Love you. Bye.
I seek you.